Like fantasy?
Film.
Fly! What'd you fucking say?
Fantasy.
Film fight!
I still don't get it.
Fantasy. Fight!
We take the pick of the litter.
We take it in turns.
Someone's just gotta go first.
And then?
The next person.
They just go round and round.
That's what
We call it
fantasy.
Fight. You win some, you lose some.
Anything can happen.
So?
Who are you going with?
Who you picking?
Today.
Fantasy.
Film.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode number 56 of Fantasy Film Fights, the show where we take a random film topic and we draft it fantasy style. Today, we are drafting our favorite movie teachers. It should be a fun one. As always, with me, right over here, my co-host, this is Tony Hill. Tony, how are you doing?
I am doing fine. It's a lot colder, but I don't know why. But I'm happy. It's Wednesday. What? What?
Nothing at all. Thank you for that easy segue into going around to the rest of the panel. I appreciate it. Thank you, buddy. But we do have a fantastic panel joining us today. We have two actual teachers, two draft teachers with us. One of those being Miss Christina Vassallo over here. Christina, how you doing?
I'm good. I just went to the dentist. No cavities, guys. Fresh and clean. Important. Yeah, but I'm great.
Dental health is always important. I hate my teeth, so I speak from experience. It sucks when you have shitty teeth. Anyways, down over here in the corner, the other teacher, Amaru Moses. How you doing, bro?
I'm good. I went to the dentist last Wednesday. So I'm going to say my teeth are still feeling clean. But now we're back in the building with children. Yeah.
Oh my God, we are so responsible with our dental hygiene.
Look at you and your adulting. But yes, happy to have you guys with us. Two others joining us. I don't think they're teachers, but you know what? They're going to have some fantastic lists. I bet you anything. Directly below me, joining us again, Mr. Ryan O'Regan. Ryan, how you doing?
I'm good. Although, fun fact, at one point I was a substitute teacher when I first graduated from college, so I was able to do that for a little while.
Oh,
so I'm not as good as, like, say, the other people here, but I know something about it.
Gotcha. And then last but not least, rookie on the show, but watch out for him in the families, guys, Mr. Payson Johnson. Payson, how you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much, Peggy. And while I am not a teacher, I must say that my mom is a teacher. She teaches middle school English, so I do have some connection. Not as strong as Amaru and Christina, but I hope to do my mom proud tonight.
Nice. Like to hear it. All right. Might as well get this show on the road. Tony, how are we going to go about setting draft order?
Absolutely. So I've got a question here. So everyone's going to have a go at this with numerical answer. Whoever closest to the pin gets to set the order. Set who go first, who gets in the middle, and who gets stuck in the rear. All right. So our question is today: in the thousands, how many schools are there in the United Kingdom? So we're looking for the answer in thousands.
In thousands.
So if you put,
I don't even know what the general population over there is.
Just got to say, this also includes primary schools, secondary schools, middle schools, nurseries, and independent schools.
But you're saying in the entire UK?
In the entire UK.
Not just England?
Yep, so Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland.
And you're implying that this is under 10,000? Or are you trying to say
in the thousands? So
in the thousands, okay.
Like, I'm asking for the answer in the thousands rather than, so it's not like, so we don't have like someone going 732,392 because I don't like maths. Because I'm not a real teacher, I teach babies, so I only need to learn how to count up to 5.
Is that hard for you, sir?
I've got fingers, so I've been once it gets to 6, I've heard the number 6. I've never actually seen it.
I think someone's showering.
All right.
So
I think that's everybody got an answer.
I have no idea how off I'm going to be, but I'm assuming it's going to be way off.
Okay, well, we'll start with Payson.
No rates of this. With me?
Yeah.
No idea. 18,000.
Okay. And Brian?
I just wanted to go numerically, so I went 7,654.
And Rue?
I said 21,000.
21,000.
Christina
12,000.
and Peggy.
And I went 85.
Damn.
Okay, so here's what I do maths quickly.
Well, we know who's going to be going either first or last.
I don't really have to do much maths. The correct answer: there are 32,770 schools in the United Kingdom. That means Amaru, you go closest.
Yo, I had 22 and erased it.
Good job, Amaru.
You nearly priced it right.
I almost priced his right, Rue.
So, that means Ru gets to set the order. So, just quickly, we are doing movie teachers here. So, this is people that have taught in classrooms, are teachers in the movie. We're not doing like sport coaches. So, or
It'll be
people
another
that,
episode.
or like people that like, I think Jay said this earlier, just like homeless people on the street that teach people life lessons. If you're not in the school, you don't count. Don't get lessons from homeless people.
Like Fräulein Maria kind of taught a little bit, but not really a teacher per se. She's more of a governess, so it doesn't really count.
Oh, that would have been a great choice. Okay, yeah, that's fair.
All right, so Mr. Moses, the floor is yours to set the order.
So the teachers are going to go first. And so Christina, you are going to go first. I'll give you number 1. I am going to go number 2, and then we're going to go around the horn to Ryan, Payson, and to Tony, or is it Peggy?
Peggy.
It's me. I'm playing.
I'm pretty sure you said that, but I'm still actually looking up teachers right now. Been a busy day, so I wasn't paying attention. But yes, teacher here, not paying attention. Christina.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. I'm looking up the name real quick. All right, I got it. Because I'm prepared. All right, so there's a lot of teachers in movies. There's a lot of good teachers in movies. There's a lot of crappy teachers in movies. There's way too many English teachers in movies. And I'm sticking with the greatest teachers of all time, which are the ones that teach math. Because it is the superior subject. Because if you want to make money in this world, you better know some math. And if you want to make mad money in this world, you better learn some calculus from Miss Norbury in Mean Girls, baby.
Nice. Good choice.
She is a hot mess express as a human being. I relate to that. Teaching in a pandemic where nothing seems to be going right in your professional world. I have not freaked out at school this week. That's a lie. I freaked out yesterday, but it's okay because we're all in a pandemic. Okay. And she's like in charge of the mathletes and stuff, and that's pretty lit. And I am also in charge of the math club at my middle school, and it's also pretty lit. So, Miss Norbury for the win.
I'm sensing a bit of bias.
Just a scotch. Just a little bit. Yeah, Miss Norbury was in my top 5 for picks, so I think that's an excellent pick. But math club, that does not sound like my idea of a good time. I mean, to each their own. I know you love it.
I was all in the nerd bowls in school, math club included, for sure.
Nah, I had to take Algebra 1 twice. So,
I'll be completely honest. I thought math club was a thing that they made for just to like, kids are so nerdy in movies. They go to math club instead of playing sports. I did not realize until today that it was an actual thing that people do.
I mean, mostly the kids that are in it are too nerdy to play sports, but yeah.
I did both sports, math club, and knowledge bowl. You can do both, people. You can do both.
I mean, my math club pretty much came like an underground gambling ring because I like taught them how to play blackjack appropriately and like all of the odds that came with it. Yeah, it was intense. I probably should be fired, but it's fine.
That's a good life skill to have.
Yeah,
if I was in your math class, I would have liked it a lot more.
That's
math is never my favorite subject. So
yeah, until that whole thing turns into 21 with Kevin Spacey, and then you're like,
make money, man.
So just quickly going back to Mean Girls, that is performed by Tina Fey, who wrote the film as well. Tina Fey does feel like the most teacherly comedian out there.
Yeah, she definitely has that look to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's
teacher / librarian look.
Mm-hmm.
I would not be surprised if I didn't know who Tina Fey was and I saw her just teaching.
Yeah,
you look like you should be here.
I mean, that makes sense. All right, so Miss Norbury is off the board. Although, Tony, you didn't give a recap of how Rue set the order, and I didn't get a chance to write it down, so I have no idea who's going next.
Rue is.
Rue is. All right.
Yeah.
Rue, you're up.
All right. I was a little worried that my number one would get taken, but it wasn't because I also figured that somebody might take Tina Fey number one, and she wasn't in my 5. So I'm very happy because I took the first person that went into my head, who I feel like is probably one of the greatest teachers of all time in movies. One of the most inspiring, one of the funniest people ever. And I will stand up on a desk and salute. Oh, Captain, my Captain.
Yeah.
All day, every day for this man, John Keating, Dead Poets Society. He deserved better.
Of course.
F. Mary Abraham. I believe that's the right one. F him for sure, because John Keating was the best. Dead Poets Society. Robin Williams, rest in peace. He's my number one pick.
That was also in my top 5. God damn it.
Yeah. He was one of my picks as well. I believe Daniel Day-Lewis won his first Oscar that year. So against Robin Williams.
Yeah, tough competition that year for sure.
For My Left Foot.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
even know what that movie is.
It's
That
the
guy
one
with the left foot.
with
Exactly.
that can only move his left foot. Very good.
Yeah. To be fair,
It's
we
Daniel
make jokes
Day-Lewis,
about
number
that.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah, Daniel Day-Lewis, like that's where his method acting came in, and just like he's literally spent months just like only using his foot for things. It's like, okay, you're insane. You're an incredible actor, but please go get help.
It's always that fine line between brilliance and insanity, and he tightropes it well. But yeah, so I definitely had this on my list. Christina, was this one on yours? But he's not because he's not a math teacher.
I'm gonna. Obviously, he's on the list because he's the greatest. But I'm trying my hardest to stick with the real ones who teach math. Like this is the one. Like I had to watch this when I was in college to become a teacher. Like they do this as like the inspirational. Like you have to watch this one, like Freedom Writers, Mona Lisa Smile. To pick up on all the teaching styles. So that you're going to be the one that saves the world. But I mean, I do appreciate his style because I feel like I'm similar to that in a lot of ways, in the sense of like you have to get kids excited about the material, even when the material sucks. Because I teach math and it sucks.
No, it doesn't.
It sucks. I know it sucks because when you're 12, everything sucks. But they still have to appreciate being in your room, and they have to, and then they will come to appreciate the material, and that's what he did, and that's why I like him.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh my god, I'm gonna get very philosophical today. I'm so sorry, everyone.
No, it's
I'm
fine.
in my feelings today.
Damn.
And I might go Michael Jordan meme, if anybody knows what that means. But I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
Hold back the tears, man. Hold
Oh,
back.
I thought you were going to get personal.
John Keating was definitely one of my picks. Dead Poets Society, great film. Kind of hard to watch because of that, because of what happens during the play. But every lesson that Keating gives of just like go against the establishment, you don't always have to follow the rules. Take every opportunity. It's such a great movie and such a great choice.
Yelp. I just remember yelp. I always thought that was a weird word, yelp. Anyways, but no, John Keating, Dead Poets Society, strong pick from Rue. Ryan, over to you, sir.
All right, so that picks off the list. All right, so if I really have to go for whatever's going to be my number one, I have to go with one that stands out in my mind. I've got to go with one that had an impact on me when I was young, made me appreciate teachers, made me show that there was something worth learning from them, that they cared. And Christina's probably going to hate me for this because they are also a math teacher. I've got to go with Aimee Escalante from Standing.
Fucking son of a bitch.
That's a great choice.
I'm sorry, but when you have that movie playing like on repeat on Channel 11 around here in the tri-state area, and it was one of the reasons why I actually paid attention in math class more so than other classes, because it was something that I was like gleaming onto early.
Yeah.
My kids can teach you something, Johnny.
Okay, so Rue, that elicited a very strong reaction from you.
So when I was putting this list together, I was like, okay, cool. I didn't know who's on the panel yet, but I don't know the panels yet, but I don't think people will have Aimee Escalante on this. Stand and Deliver is not a film that I've heard very, very much from people. And then I saw Ryan and I was like, he might not pick him first. So I'll just wait a little bit. And you did. I had him in round 3, hoping he would stick around. This is an amazing choice. He is actually like near 1 for me, but I was going like strategic because I also thought Keaton wouldn't be around either. Damn.
Look,
Great.
if it makes you feeling better, this is also a character that Cartman impersonated on South Park. So, I mean, that shows how much he actually does hit people.
Yes, and Edward James Olmos is just absolutely amazing in anything and everything he does. So
Yeah, got him his Oscar nod. Mm-hmm.
I have to admit, I haven't seen this one. Oh,
Never.
Blade Runner poster for the Edward James almost call out.
nice.
But I'm actually a little surprised that Christina hasn't said anything.
That's because I'm waiting for all you people to stop talking.
I'll go real fast.
That's
I
fine.
haven't seen this one. It's been on my Amazon Prime watch list for a while because I know it's on there for free. I will definitely check it out because I've heard pretty good things about this one.
Right? This movie is my life. Okay, this is who I teach. Okay, if anybody came for my kids acting like they cheated on a test, I watched them work their butts off for. My butt would be in jail. Like the fact that like I don't even understand. I would be in jail because do not come for my students acting like they didn't work their tails off just because they're not white people. Because I don't teach white children and they're amazing.
That's fair.
Fair.
this racism is killing me inside. Yes, Ryan got it. Ryan got the joke. Thank you.
Oh, that was the quote.
Chappelle Show. Chappelle Show.
Okay.
This whole show is going to put me in some feels. I can tell.
All right. So
I'll
we move
be
over
honest. The only thing I've got in my head is I've never heard of Sands Delivered before this moment, but I've just got the Adam and the Ant song stuck in my head now. So thank you.
Oh, Tony, you're so British.
Payson, over to you, buddy.
Well, man, I feel like Amaru and Christina might hate me for this one, but I'm going for it anyway. Okay. Obviously, a teacher is supposed to teach the kids, but some could also argue that the kids can teach the teacher. And there comes a point in your life, I think you guys know where I'm coming, where when you are staying on your friend's couch for too long, and you finally get a job, and when that call comes in saying you need a substitute teacher, you take that call if you are Dewey Finn from School of Rock.
Yeah!
Excellent pick.
No, I want Payson to intro literally everything for the rest of my life because that was awesome.
I'm 4 hours sleep, but if that's me, I'm 4 hours sleep. I'm good. Okay. I love Dewey Finn so much. And obviously, this guy does not play by the rules. Not necessarily, and honestly, sometimes for the bad, because, like, he should honestly be a little more responsible. Like, at that age, like, yeah, you should not be living on your friend's house. But he decides to get a job, and he's like, you know what? I'm going to try to take this seriously. I'm going to, wait, what am I saying? No, when he first goes in, he's like, okay, I'm just going to try to get a paycheck. But then he sees that these kids know music, and he's like, I'm going to bring something into their life. I'm going to show them the truest form of music, and that is rock. And through this, he slowly starts to get a bond with every single kid, and he accepts them all for their own ways. I forget the name of the kid, but when the one kid decides, hey, I want to work on wardrobe, he's like, yeah, you go and get it, fancy pants. Like, he doesn't like touch it or in any shape or form. He's like, no, you go and get it. When not Zach, when the drummer kid is hanging out with those guys in the truck, and the guys are probably being a little too weird. And now that I'm thinking that in my context, I'm like, why were they doing that? He's like, hey, stop doing that. He's a kid, you weirdos. Stop that. Thank you, Taylor. You're amazing. So, yes, that is why I am picking Dewey. I think he teaches the kids teach him just as much as he teaches the kids. Dewey is my number one.
Solid pick. You know, I love me some Richard Linklater. This was definitely in my top 5. I'm assuming everyone had this one on their list.
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, you were worried?
Never watched the movie. I just know he's there.
So I've heard the complaint that, like, obviously in real life, like, it would not be that easy to just become a substitute teacher, but yeah.
Say that.
I was wondering if the teachers would have, like, rolled their eyes at that, but I'm happy you guys liked it too, so yes.
Having been a sub, it is actually kind of easy depending on the school district and how necessary they are needed.
Yeah. you can kind of get into that job fairly fine.
If you have a cold,
if you go to the right places, all you need is like a bucket of chicken and an ID, and you're good. So,
and don't even need the ID. Just bring the chicken.
I don't think we need either. I think you just show up.
Yeah.
Are you alive?
Yeah.
Sub.
Get back to the film quickly before we end up incriminating ourselves. How we got our jobs. Jack Black's performance in School of Rock is personally, I think, is his best film.
It's my favorite. Yeah.
Like, I think it's one of those ones where he does that perfect thing of he does the comedy really well, but there's also that humanity in it. It's like you don't really see much of his other work.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad you said much of his other work because you do see it in other stuff, but yeah, just not very often. But
yes, Aaron, you could.
Yeah. Aaron could be a substitute teacher, and that's why we fear.
And 0 easy lessons.
Yeah. 3 of my top 5 are now gone.
Yeah, mine too.
Usually this does not happen when I'm here, so
yeah, I'm starting to get worried. Yeah,
but it's all right. We'll make it work. We'll make it work.
Well, you're an official Schmodown person now, man. We got to put your feet to the fire.
I guess so. But I'm not the only one.
All right.
I know.
I know. It's half and half now. And speaking of half and half, let's go to the other half of Fancy Film Facts. Peggy Gubbins, your first round pick.
I was hoping you keep talking. All right. So this might be perceived as a bit of a cheat because they don't show this teacher teaching in the classroom very often, but they do in fact show him in a classroom teaching at one point. They even show him having office hours. I am taking Professor Henry Jones Jr. I'm taking Indiana Jones, guys. He's a teacher.
Yes, but he's a terrible teacher.
Hey!
He speaks with a shooter.
No. I will refer to Last Crusade, where he goes ahead and tells them everything that's, X doesn't mark the spot, superstition isn't real. And then it does the exact same stuff later on in the movie. He's a hypocrite.
But everybody's in the classroom.
Exactly. Everyone wants to hear him teach. Everyone wants to hear him tell his stories and everything. But yeah, like I said, might be perceived as a little bit of a cheat, but because it's not really the movie is definitely not centered on his teaching abilities. But I just wanted him on my list, so hey, that's what I did. And I'm running out of options as it is. So
he was definitely on my list for sure. He was there, so not a cheat.
Choice, yeah,
not a cheat at all.
He was there, but I would have pulled him out 5th round if I had to.
Well, fine. I overreached then. That's fine with me.
But it does feel like I'm now thinking about it. Harrison Ford, especially in that time period, just like he really could have done the cool professor gig and done it well.
You could. That's for sure.
Like if there was a movie where it's just they needed a cool history teacher or something like that, and it's just oh yeah, just get Indiana Jones but in real life.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know either.
Another time, another place, another sequel, maybe.
But yeah, I mean, everyone pretty much knows the Indiana Jones trilogy. Not much need to elaborate on it, unless anybody really wants to chime in on Indiana Jones.
He doesn't teach math.
that is legit a really good pick.
Well, I think it's a great way to close out round 1. So that's what I did. Tony, can you recap for the people who may have joined us late how round 1 went down?
Absolutely. Okay, so Christina went first this round. She went Miss Norbury from Mean Girls. Rue went second. He went John Keaton from Dead Poets Society. Ryan went third. He went Jamie Escalante from Stand and Deliver. Payson went fourth. Dewey Finn from School of Rock. And Peggy, Professor Henry Jones Jr. from Indiana Jones. The trilogy, because there's not a 4th film. There's never a 4th film. We don't talk about that one. It was just a gas leak for a year.
All right, so kicking off round 2, over to me again. This one, very much a legit teacher. Not the center of the movie, but has very much an influence on the protagonist's life, at least within that school year. Pulls him aside, gives him books, teaches him life lessons like we accept the love we think we deserve. I am picking Mr. Anderson from Perks of Being a Wallflower, played by the one and only Paul Rudd.
I love Paul Rudd.
But yeah, anyone here? Was this one on your list? Anybody?
He was part of my scramble right now. That now is getting less and less and less.
No, didn't even have them. Never saw the movie, so I didn't even think of it.
I mean, it's Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd in anything is great.
Yeah, no, anything Paul Rudd. You could have chosen Paul Rudd doing the ice cream thing in Ant-Man, and that would have counted.
This is going to sound weird considering my age, but I have never seen this movie. But I heard people talking about this one every place I went on the internet.
Yeah.
So I'm positive this is a great choice. I knew Paul Rudd played the teacher. Yeah. So, yeah.
It very much. I know, like Annalise Spence, for example, is obsessed by this film. I think it's their greatest film of all time. So they've just got being very excited for some reason. It's kind of like this generation's John Hughes films in the sense that it's just like that coming of age film, but really connects to the outwards, connects to the kid that's on the outside looking in and all that jazz.
Yeah. And the guy who wrote the book actually directed the movie and knocked it out of the park. So
surprisingly, yeah.
Jaworski wrote the book?
Yep.
I did not know that. Crazy.
Yeah. Fun fact: you learned something new today. Woohoo! Hey, I taught something, guys.
Yeah.
Gold star on the board for you.
I suppose. But hey, get Mr. Anderson. Yay for me. Payson, over to you, sir. What you got?
Okay. Ooh, which one do I want to take as my 2 and which one do I want to take as my 3? Okay. So I'm going to say some life experiences. Some of my favorite teachers in life. So I'm 23. I'm out of high school and I'm currently still in college, but I'm out of... I have had a lot of teachers. Okay, point. Some of my favorite teachers have been the snarky teachers and the ones that joke around with you, which is why I am taking Mr. Bruner from The Edge of 17.
Right.
Excellent pick.
Yes.
Woody Harrelson. Love it.
To anyone that has seen the trailer and thought this movie looks stupid, the trailer is super misleading. It is a very good movie. Haley Steinfeld is excellent in it, but Woody Harrelson is also really, really great. He plays a teacher that at first kind of seems like he doesn't really care too much. He's like, "Yep, I'm just going to teach, just going to get by." But then the more you listen to him, the more you hear his interactions with Haley Steinfeld, you learn, oh no, you're actually a really, really good guy, and like you do care more. One of my favorite moments is when Haley Steinfeld is just ranting, and she says, "And you don't have to sit here just spouting off facts and then getting paid $35,000 a year and to just do nothing." And then he's like, "Unbelievable! You're the first person to actually guess my salary that undershot it." And I'm just like, oh. So good. And then when you learn that he does have a family and how he treats them and the interaction he has with his wife and his child, it's just really sweet. And yeah, I really, really like this movie and I really, really like this character.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, Woody Harrelson stole that film. His performance, he knocked it out of the park. Anybody else have this one on their list?
I do not.
No?
It was lower on the list, but
it was in my top 10.
That's only because I didn't think that many people got to see Edge of 17. So it was like, would it be referenceable? But no, good call on Payson.
I also another one of the like in the back of my head if I need them. Picks.
Right.
The Edge of 17 kind of feels like there was a weird period in the 2010s where there wasn't very much things like coming of age films, especially centered around women. And then you had Easy A at the beginning, Edge of 17 in 2016. Then at the end, you had your Booksmarts, your Ladybirds. It's just
Nush. You're giving away possible avenues. Faces losing my head. Shut up, Tony.
Okay, so I know where he's going with that one, but you know what, Payson? Just to if I do end up stealing it to make you feel better, I actually have an Edge of 17 poster from the actual theater. I'll send it to you.
Right.
Oh, great.
Oh, very sweet of you, Ryan. And speaking of that, it's your turn, buddy. What are you going with?
Okay, so let me steal his answer. No. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
It's part of the game. It's part of the game. Go ahead.
No. That would be wrong with me. And, I'm sure if I had a teacher right now, they would tell me that would be wrong. But, all right. So if I'm going to go ahead and start listing off again teachers that I grew up with that influenced my childhood, that went ahead and had an impact on me, I'm probably going to go with a teacher that I guess for lack of better term, was a lot nicer than other teachers that I had experienced in school. A lot sweeter, gave me hope for, the kind of school that I might have received. I never did. But if I did have a teacher like Miss Jennifer Honey from Matilda, then school days probably would have been a lot nicer.
Ooh. I don't think I've seen Matilda. I know the one chick who stars in it from Mrs. Doubtfire, but
Mara Wilson.
Yeah.
it wasn't.
Cousin to Ben Shapiro.
Ah,
Really?
Yep. Yeah.
Jeez.
Look it up.
Very active on Twitter, yes.
Peggy, Peggy, that needs to be remedied very quickly.
I don't think I've seen it. Yeah.
You would know if you've seen it.
Yes,
because
You'll never forget a woman grabbing a child by the pigtails and spinning her around and throwing her.
Yeah, no, I definitely haven't
Oh,
seen it.
yeah,
I've seen
spooky
Harriet
comedy.
the Spy. That came to mind.
Hey,
That's not right.
Harriet the Spy is lit.
I don't think I've seen that.
If you guys do spy movies, was she picked? Because I need to revolt if she was not.
I feel like it's been picked one time in fantasy film fights, but
yeah, I believe so. I'll go back and find the list. But Matilda,
Take it back
like,
to the people, Chris. Do it.
Miss Honey feels like the perfect character in that, especially in that film, because you have the worst teacher in the history of the universe ever in that film with Mrs. Trunchbull.
Yeah, she is the bright, shiny, glowing hope, not just of the movie, but just I think of for a lot of people, teaching in general, they always hope that there's going to be a teacher that cares enough, like Miss Honey. And yes, directed by a fellow Jerseyan, DeVito.
Nice.
His second best movie.
I think I wonder what it would be to.
Okay.
I wonder what it would be to eat a whole ass kick and not a whole ass cake.
I ate a whole ass cake once. Didn't work well for me.
All right. So
You okay?
Ryan,
You got you
That was
exhausted already.
that was a nice pick. I will say I'm not that nice of a teacher. Or as
I am so surprised.
Yeah, or as nice of a person. I also teach 12-year-olds, so they would eat me alive if I acted like that. And they're my people, so we keep it real. I can't be that nice to them. They can't be that nice to me. We got things to do. We can't act like that. If we're not busted on each other, it's not fun.
Exactly.
God, you're so Jersey.
Yeah.
Love it.
No, it's fun to just rag on kids.
Oh yeah, and they get you back, and it's so funny, so funny.
I teach 3-year-olds. I agree completely.
I never had the balls to do that. I was too scared. I was too nice.
all right. So Ryan takes Matilda. Rue, over to you.
All right, so I had a number 2 pick locked, but I know who's in front of me, and in my search for scrambling. I know I'm pretty sure I'll be safe with my now number 3 pick. And I'm going to somebody I saw. I was like, oh, there's no way this teacher is passing me up. I can't sing, but this lady makes me believe I can sing.
Don't do it.
Do it with me. La 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 la. Sister Mary Clarence. Sister Act 2.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Fucking go.
Get her.
That's a funny pick. That's a funny pick.
It's Sister Act 2, not
Yes.
1, from 2.
Has to be.
Yes.
Has to be 2. We're
Oh,
talking joyful,
wow.
joyful Lord.
That's
We're talking oh
inspired,
happy day. Yes, that's.
Don't worry, I will not try to hit that high note. I cannot do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe in you, though, Rue. I think you can.
You don't want to hear that.
No. Everybody sing. Let's make this a TikTok. Oh, happy day.
Oh,
No.
No.
Oh, happy day.
Nobody wants to hear me
Jesus.
sing,
No,
I
I'm
promise.
done. I'm done. But Sister Mary Clarence,
You're the star. I'll stop.
I saw Sister Act 2 before I saw Sister Act 1, and I just had that movie on repeat. Lauryn Hill, Whoopi Goldberg, Dame Maggie Smith. It's a beautiful movie and a beautiful teacher, and I absolutely love it. She's a boss.
And
There
a
you
random Fergie from the Black Eyed Peas is in there. Jennifer Love Hewitt's in that classroom. It's weird.
Yes.
Really? Jesus.
Yes, she is.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. But it's a good one if you've never seen it, and you will leave humming a tune afterwards. I promise you. But
For whatever reason, I don't. Sister Act 2 is always, especially when I was growing up, was always on TV instead of the original. So I've seen that many times. I honestly think it's better than the original.
It is. I don't even remember what the
Yeah.
original was about.
She was on.
Oh, the original was it was like Wizards of
Like
Protection.
San Francisco.
Yeah, like they had
the
to go
witness
to.
protection program.
Basically.
Mhm.
Then that's also the one that the musical is based off of.
Mhm.
Oddly enough.
Yeah, you would think it'd be off at number 2.
Listen, the second movie has Frank K. All right, doesn't get much
Hey
better.
ho,
Oh, hey, Jake.
go with God, Crispy. But yeah, no, Sister Act 2, solid choice. I'm pissed you took it, Rue, but good pick. Christina, over to you to close out round 2.
All right, I'm trying really hard to pick math teachers, but there is slim pickings because I refuse to pick Kevin Spacey. So I will pick, even though I do love that movie, but I won't pick him because he actually wasn't a very good teacher. He was a terrible person. But I'm running out of math teachers, so I think this is the last one left that's a pure math teacher and not necessarily like a random professor that's in the plot. I actually hate this person with a fiery passion personally.
Can I try to guess? Hang on a second.
Yeah. Who is it, Peggy? Who do I hate more than anyone in the world?
Hang
I
on.
didn't know Aaron was in a movie.
Oh, so sad.
Just
Could it
quickly,
possibly be?
Of course.
Yep.
No. I hate this woman because she got to bang my boyfriend. We all know. But in this movie is delightful. Like I love this movie. If you have not seen Gifted, please see it. I just love her relationship with Mary. I think you're in a situation as an educator, which I've never been in this situation, but I would imagine it is very tricky to truly find a gifted student. Because as an educator, you just want them to reach their fullest potential as far as their academics are concerned. And to really see that get fostered. So it's tough to then also see the flip side of how that true genius affects people personally. And I think she did a nice job in that movie. I appreciated her relationship with Mary, with Chris Evans, even though as a person in real life, I hate her guts.
Yeah, it was funny in the beginning of that movie. Like she kind of sees Mary as being like just a little bit obnoxious, but she finds out that it's just because she's not being stimulated enough because she's way past the level that she's being taught at.
Yeah.
So I found that part just like completely.
It's a fantastic movie.
Review. Yeah.
And I'm running out of math teachers.
It is a super sweet movie. I saw it going in, probably not knowing too much about it, and just walked out being like, that was really, really nice. Did Chris Evans direct this one? I could be totally off on that, but
I don't believe so.
Directed by Mark Webb.
Oh my gosh, I should have known that. Crap. My faction is watching in the...
I didn't know Mark Webb was a person. Fun.
Oh,
yeah, he does those Spider-Man movies that nobody likes.
And 500 Days of Summer.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
right.
But no, Gifted is an excellent way to close out round number 2. Tony, you're up for the recap portion.
Absolutely. Okay, so Peggy, you went first this round. You went Mr. Anderson from Perks of Being a Wallflower, not The Matrix. That would be more interesting.
True.
Payson went Mr. Bruner from The Age of 17. Ryan went Jennifer Honey from Matilda. Amaru went Sister Mary Clarence from Sister Act 2. And Christina went Barney Stevenson from Gifted.
All right, Christina, you still got another math teacher up your sleeve?
No, I don't. Well, there's like random professors that like are in movies, but like they don't really do much as far as like, in my opinion, being an influential teacher in someone's life, which is kind of like where I'd like to go with this.
Mm-hmm.
So I will go with one of my personal favorite movies. I don't know how the men here will feel about this movie, but I really enjoy this movie. This movie is called Mona Lisa Smile, and Julia Roberts plays the art history teacher at an all-women's college. Right, it's at Weasley, right? I think it is where it is.
Wellesley,
that's what it is. Weasley. Oh my god, it's been a week, people. It's been a week. It's only Wednesday. So she teaches at Wellesley College. Obviously, a lot of the girls there have a lot of money, and they're, the time that it was set in, it was girls went to college to get married, and she pushed them to realize that there can be more than just being somebody's wife, and really just trying to get these girls to open up. And you don't have to like art, you don't have to be into this content, but you have to be into figuring out what it is that you are passionate about, and you need to make sure that you're setting yourself up to not rely on somebody. Which I think, as a woman that resonates, As I'm married to somebody that makes so much more money than me that if we got divorced, I don't know what I would do. But anyway, you really just have to push anybody to that point where it's just like you need to find what you're truly passionate about in life, and you need to make sure that you're happy and you're set up, and it's not meant to just marrying somebody is not enough. You still need to have your own thing. So I really like that movie.
And it's got a delightful cast. I mean, I love Julia Stiles in it, Maggie Gyllenhaal, Jennifer Goodwin, but Kristen Dunst is a raging bitch in the movie.
Yeah, I know, but she does it
so well. So well, but yeah, she's
Jennifer Goodwin, I love her too. She's the sweetest.
Yeah. No, but gentlemen, have you seen Mona Lisa Smile by chance?
Have not.
No?
I have a long time ago, and I enjoyed it. I truthfully, off of 2 movies that I've had one watch, I think for one reason or another, maybe because I enjoyed the movie more, but I would pick another Julia Roberts as a teacher / professor. But based off of the movie only, but yeah, don't pick. Really great. I enjoyed the film when I saw it.
Fair. All right. So Christina takes Katherine Watson from Mona Lisa Smile. Rue, you're up.
Speaking of Weasleys, it's been long enough.
There we are.
I was wondering when this was coming.
Without me mentioning Harry Potter. We're going. See that?
Wow.
We're going to the Wizarding World, of course. We're going to Hogwarts. There's no way we're not. And truthfully, I think there are only 2 correct choices here. So if anybody wants to pick the second one, you go right on ahead. But I'm going with the one that is by far, I'm not going to say the best, because the other one to me is the best teacher, but for reasons. But the best character in the entirety of the entire verse. You take a cursed subject, you're only going to be there for a year, but this man had the impact for the year, letting you know you got to face your fears. You can do it. This man is a legend. This man is a G. It's Remus Lupin, Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher, best one ever from Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Yes.
I was wondering when you were finally going to pick someone from Hogwarts. I thought it was going to be straight out the gate. I thought you might go all 5 from Hogwarts.
So like I said, it was my number 2 lock, and then I was like, that's another reason why I picked Christina, because I was like, she's not taking anybody from there, so I can go ahead and switch that up real quick, and then get who I need right after.
There you go.
Definitely
not. Strong pick. Payson, was that on your list?
No, it was not. I did have one other Harry Potter professor as like a placeholder if I needed to. I know this is going to get Christina. Aaron's probably going to petition with Christina to get me kicked off my faction, but I digress. When you said you were going with the best character, when you said you were going with the best character, I was so scared you were going to say Snape, because we were going to have a long talk. Thank you. But Lupin is a great choice.
I will learn you one day that you need to replace the word best with worst when you talk about characters in Snape, because that man is trash. Utter and complete trash. But we'll talk about that some other day.
So many hot button topics.
To be fair, Kishimoto did there's a character in Naruto that does the whole bad guy who turns out to be the ultimate hero much better than Harry Potter. I just want to point that out. And I think Rue knows what I'm talking about.
Cool.
Also, just quickly, Lupin is the best character, but the actual best defensive against dark arts teacher, Gilderoy goddamn Lockhart.
The funniest.
I'm sorry, Kenneth Branagh just chewing the scenery is just perfection. Just like I just want him and Hugh Grant to film together, just Phoenix Buchanan versus Lockhart, and just chew the scenery, just everything.
Yes, but he was a terrible teacher. Hell, Mad-Eye Moody was a better teacher, and that wasn't even him in the movie.
Exactly.
All right, so Rue finally went and took someone from the Harry Potter, from Hogwarts, I should say. All right, over to Ryan.
All right. Well, considering Rue went ahead and chose a franchise player, I guess it's only fair that I probably do the same. And at least, if nothing else, this person is just such a refined scholar, such a great educator of children that he ended up even having a school named after him. So I've got to go with Professor Charles Xavier of the Xavier School for Gifted X-Men.
Oh, nice.
Such a great choice.
Ah, did not even think about that.
Yeah, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, when you told me that whole classroom thing, Peggy, I was like, he's got his own school. Like, how can he not?
I'm definitely losing this poll, like hard.
So Professor X is on my if I need him list. I wanted to not go because if I really did, I would have just straight went like Harry Potter, X-Men, just geek all the way out. But it's me, so I had to go Lupin. But Professor X was right there. If for any reason all of my 2 Harry Potter professors were gone, Professor X was right next. So
yeah, see, that's understandable. I mean, yeah, you could do a whole series about like, you know, since the whole series has a school in it, yeah, you could pick probably everybody. But considering what he's been able to do with like these troubled children, you know, not just kids that happen to have magic powers or their gift for magic. No, these are kids that could possibly get tortured or, you know, beat up for their differences, that have incredible power, that don't know how to use them. And he is able to tap into all of them, not just teach them proper education, but just teach them how to better themselves, how to be better and be better again. It's the people that are thriving to want to eradicate them. It's like, that hurts you. That helps the spirit right here.
I would have picked a certain art teacher if he actually taught art, but since he didn't,
no,
he can't be on the list.
So I'm not challenging the pick or anything like that, but I'm just in the back of my head just going, is there any actual scenes of Xavier in a classroom teaching? Like,
yeah, in his study.
How is that?
Yeah, he had basically his study acts as a classroom. The kids come in through there.
The last scene in X2 when he feels Jean Grey become Phoenix, he's teaching, and then like stops, and then you see the smile on his face and all that.
I was there.
Yeah, imagine going to a school where pretty much all your classrooms are basically just lounges. I mean, that's got to be one of like the most comfortable environments you could go to.
I taught at school for 4 weeks like that. No, it was the absolute worst.
It's too laid back for you.
No, it was this really posh school. Like, you had to spend thousands to send your kids there. They were all 13, they just knew better. And I was brought in as a religious teacher, and it was just like, none of you are going to listen to me, are you? All right, it's great. I'm just going to play football.
Well, see, that's the beauty of this place. The parents are just like throwing the kids away. So, I mean, it's probably free to go there.
Also, somebody could like do something to you very weird if you're misbehaving. So, yeah.
Very true. All right. Payson, over to you, sir.
Okay, well, I just learned right now that we were supposed to be picking for a poll, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go with my heart.
No, that's how you should.
Yes.
Let's quickly look at the poster on the left.
Always pick Rocky. Okay.
That's your right.
The polls mean nothing.
The polls mean nothing. Oh, thank you so much. Okay. After this, I will pick up a manual to figure out what's the difference between left and right, but I digress.
No, forget your choices. You got to pander to the fans. Sure.
So we're getting out of the franchise realm, and contrary to my last 2 picks, we are actually going outside the 21st century. We're going back to the 90s. We're going all the way back to 1995 for my pick, where John Singleton, a really great director, directed a movie called Higher Learning.
Mm-hmm.
And in this movie, Lawrence Fishburne plays the college professor of Maurice Phipps. Now, Higher Learning is not a perfect film. I think there are some issues with it. I think the really cool thing about this movie is this movie came out in 95, and there are still issues we are talking about right now that this movie tackles. And honestly, the character that Lawrence Fishburne plays, he's the political science professor, to Omar Epps' character. And he's a great character overall. But my favorite thing that he does, he gives a lesson that when it comes to writing and like sharing your opinion is something that I wish I would have learned a little earlier. And that is, there's a scene where Omar Epps turns in his first rough draft to this paper he's writing, and he says, "I can tell you really care about this, but this is awful because you're too angry. You care too much. And I think that is a really great lesson that if you want people to listen to you, you can't always just yell at them and just scream at them. And that is a lesson that I really love from that movie that I personally really like. So I am definitely going to be taking Professor Morris Phipps from Higher Learning.
Excellent pick. Rue definitely had a reaction. I'm guessing that one was on your list, but
He's not on my list, but Payson, you are a fucking G for this pick.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I'll take that.
Higher Learning is again, y'all see my classics. Trying to learn y'all on the black film, and it is not a film I was expecting to hear today, and I am very happy. Great film. Lawrence Fishburne in anything is amazing.
If we were doing best movie dads, him and Boys in the Hood would make it number one.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the silver balls.
Yeah.
I actually went and bought a set of those after watching Boys in the Hood because I just thought they looked cool. Sorry, I digress. Completely off topic.
I just need to make a note of the time so I can get a GIF ready. But John Singleton feels like the director with the most bad luck in the history of the universe. Like Boys in the Hood, one of the best directorial debuts of all time. Poetic Justice, really good film. This one, like, I've not seen it, but it just feels like he should have been done so much more, and just something happened where he just fell off the face of the earth after Shaft.
He's black.
He got shafted. Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
I can say I was lucky enough to actually have John Singleton do a little Q&A at my college at the time. I got to ask him a question and everything, and he was a cool dude. Like he was one of those ones that like he never seemed like pompous about the stuff he was talking about, but he felt passionate enough about it when he did it. So I would have loved to have like seen more from him. But yeah, when you do Shaft, it's tough.
And also, just quickly,
the second Shaft movie is God compared to the 2019 Shaft. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Yeah, that's when
I can see that. Yeah.
It's GIF, everybody. It's GIF. The creator says it's GIF. It is GIF.
GIF is a peanut butter. It's
I
GIF.
still say GIF.
Yeah, me too.
GIF. English it does not stay still. English can be changed. I'm saying GIF.
However, I'm English and I say GIF. I can't remember what I say now. I'm GIF.
You're from Europe. It doesn't count.
Is anyone an English teacher?
No.
Partially
Is anyone a marine biologist? Shake my head. All right.
No, you can't. Not please.
Over to me, huh? All right.
Yeah.
Payson, when you said 95, I got worried, but then I quickly looked, and the movie I selected is from 1994, so I was in the clear.
Oh.
So I haven't seen this movie in a long time, but I remember way back when loving it, and this is a movie that taught me way too late in life what the term oxymoron means. I'm thinking Bill Rago, aka Danny DeVito from Renaissance Man.
God damn it!
I love when we make Rue leave. That's always my favorite.
Damn. Sorry, Rue.
Oh, you double D Peggy. God damn it.
But no, if you've never seen this movie, it is hilarious. It's a classic. I highly recommend you see it. I'm thinking I'm going to watch this later tonight because it's been a hot minute since I've seen it, and I remember I just adored it back in the day, and I don't know why it's been so long since I've revisited it. So, Rue, I'm sorry. Did I totally steal this one from you? You're muted.
See, you got him still upset he lost his voice.
I found him when I found Sister Mary Clarence. I was like, yes, nobody is going to pick this film. And then I forgot you were on the show.
It'd be great if we could spell Renaissance right now.
I love this film. I love this movie. I love everything about it. It's sad. It's hilarious. I'm back.
Yeah, you're back.
There we go. I'm back. It's sad. It's hilarious. It's heartwarming. It's everything. And it has a lot of really good actors young in their career. Wahlberg and Stacey Dash and Richard T.
Dan
Jones.
Harmon.
And yeah, Stacey Dash. But Richard T. Jones, and it's
Mark
got a
Wahlberg.
crew. Yeah, I love the film. If you have not seen it, go do yourself a favor and go see this film.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Danny DeVito at his peak. Yeah, I love it. But
All right.
yeah,
I may get in an argument with Peggy over this.
what's up?
This is Penny Marshall's best film.
What on earth?
I love.
That
I will
title
say.
belongs to A League of Their Own, and
I will say, A League of Their Own is fantastic. Renaissance
Yeah.
Man is just that bit a little bit better.
I mean, you're entitled to your own opinion, but just know that it's wrong.
Oh,
It's
as
still-
a
it's-
Jersey person, I am so upset that you took that, Peggy. I really am just so upset.
Sorry, buddy.
You can't be taking on people. Choose some Chicago person. I don't know.
The show is fun. I like this.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah.
But yeah, that brings us to the end of round number 3. Tony, give him a recap while I figure out what the hell I'm going to do for my 4th round pick.
Absolutely. Okay, so Christina went first this round. She went with Catherine Ann Robertson from Mona Lisa Smile. Amaru went second. He went Ruben Lupin from the Harry Potter series. Ryan followed up with the
Remus.
franchise.
Remus, get that right.
We are talking to a future Inner Geekdom player, my friend.
I've now lost my Britishness. Ryan went next. He went Professor Charles Xavier from the X-Men series. Payson went Maurice Phillips from Higher Learning. And Peggy went Bill Rager from Renaissance Man. And whilst Peggy's thinking of her 4th round pick, just quickly, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel. We do a ton of stuff like this on a weekly. Next week, we are doing best third film in a series, which is always fun. And also, one last thing, whilst I'm plugging quickly, if you're on Instagram, Feature Presentation Productions, we do daily questions on there, questions today, or with school in the title.
Okay, my 4th round pick. So, I've got college professor. I've got a high school teacher. I've got a substitute Army base teacher. I'm going to go for a summer school teacher on this one. Old school movie. Not many people have seen it. Old ladies movie. I am taking Freddie Shoup, aka Mark Harmon from the movie Summer School.
Oh, that's a classic comedy.
Another one I haven't seen in a long time, but I went to summer school as a kid. Like I said, I had to take Algebra 1 twice. So summer school, had to do it. Sucks. But this one, it's great. It's him, Kirstie Alley. I don't remember the guy who plays Chainsaw in it, but he's hilarious. These kids who do like
24 Smith.
special effects for horror, blood gushing everywhere and all that stuff. But if you've never seen it, it's a really great movie. I highly suggest you check it out. Bill, was this one on your list? You seem to have a reaction.
Ryan.
Was that? Wait, what?
We called him Bill.
Did I call you Bill? I'm so sorry.
Wow.
I'm sorry,
Not
Ryan.
all curvy.
It's been a long day for me too.
Jeez. But yes, I did have a reaction. Again, it's one of those movies that would play on the Channel 11 around here every so often, especially on the summer times. And I do remember the 2 guys that you were talking about. I think they even had their own television show where they played aliens at one point. But yeah, if nothing else, I always think about that movie because of the one joke, take your seats, and then they pick them up and it's like, where should we take them? It's like, I don't know. It's such a stupid joke, but it always stuck with me. It was like, if I ever went to summer school, I wish it was that good.
Yeah, because regular summer school, not so much.
But then again, it was California, so it's like, oh, California in the 80s. Ugh.
Teacher lives right on the beach, yeah.
Ugh.
The dream.
Yep. But you guys familiar with this one, summer school? Anyone? Any takers? No? Well, check it out sometime.
I've seen the poster before because it's Mark Harmon. It's Mark Harmon with a dog.
Yeah.
I've seen that poster many times. I don't know why. It's also weirdly directed by Carl Reiner. I did not know that.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a good one. But yeah, I am liking my team so far. Payson, your turn for your 4th round pick.
Okay. I think I might get my top 5. It's going pretty good. Okay.
Cannot say the same.
That's fair. I think, considering he's commented a couple times, I think Aaron is in the chat. And if he's been sleeping since Rue picked Remus Lupin, I'm about to wake him up with 3 simple symbols. And that is A24. Are you back up, Aaron? Okay, that's good. Okay.
Yo, Aaron loves being answered to.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yes, he does.
Ding, 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 ding.
I am, Tony alluded to it earlier, but I am taking a teacher from, in my opinion, my favorite coming-of-age movie of the 2010s, and that is Lady Bird. And the teacher I am taking is, let me just make sure I got his name right. It's kind of hard to pronounce, but it's Father I'm going to call him Father L.
Labiak.
Yes. Father Labiak, played by Stephen McKinley Henderson. Little bit of background on my part. I am a theater kid. I still act today. I really got into theater in high school, and a good theater teacher is one of the most important parts to getting you into theater. And this theater teacher, played by yes. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Aaron. Okay.
He got the Aaron vote. Good.
This teacher's so nice. Like, the second you see this guy, you know he cares for his students. You know he cares for someone like Christine, who, even though she's a good person, can be a little extra sometimes. Let's admit it. He's super kind, but for me, the scene that makes the movie is or the scene that makes that character is when he's either at the hospital or the emergency room, and Christine's mother, played by the great Laurie Metcalf, who was snubbed at the Oscars, by the way, is operating on him, and you realize that, oh yeah, even though this guy has not like shared his life story a lot, and even though he's not like the loudest guy in the world, he still has his issues that he deals with. Like he still has a life. And I think that's a really important lesson in a way. And yeah, that is why I'm picking this character.
Oh, cool. I didn't even think about this one. Anybody else have this one on their list?
Yes, sir.
No.
No.
Then again, we're not as obsessed with A24 as some people, but
Scott Harvey as well.
Well categorized, well stated. I can see why you would like him.
So I watched Lady Bird for the first time for the Letterboxd challenge a couple of weeks ago. I didn't really like the movie. I just found Lady Bird to be just a horrible character. Bubble of Outfit was just like, anytime he was on screen, I was there just like, yeah, I want more of you. I want a movie about his life. I want to see him. Like, Stephen McKinley Henderson is just one of those actors where he's just like he's in that Stephen Root category of just like, I just want the entire time the camera to be on you and you alone, and just like, I just want to watch you do your thing. And it's like, it's a wonderful character, and just like, there's just so much untapped potential there in that character, and just hopefully we get to see more of him.
Speaking of Stephen Root, boom.
I have never seen this film, so yeah.
Lady Bird's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's just one of those ones where it's like you focus so much on like the mom and the daughter relationship that a teacher like that you probably wouldn't have like thought of immediately. But good on him for being such a hardcore fan.
Yeah, for sure.
Great question, Jake. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, Jay's giving away picks in the chat already. Ryan, your fourth round pick.
Okay, let me scroll through the list of all the people that have been taken. Oh, you know what? There's something about this pick. It's like I hear the name and I hear so many things about them. And it just kind of like it clicks for me. Thankfully I'm not deaf. I can actually hear the man's name in my head there, as well as all the music that he teaches in Mr. Holland's opus. I'm going with Frank Holland.
Nice.
He's going to be picked. Yep.
Yeah, I was trying to do a little like a reviews thing. One guy kind of mask it out there, but
yeah, I had this on my list, but I gotta admit, it's been so long since I've watched the movie. I mean, I remember the basic premise of it, but it's been so long that I just didn't feel comfortable taking it, just because I don't remember too much of it, other than all of his students come back and like perform the opus that he had written.
Well, you know what it is? It's like I know enough people who have worked in music, who have worked in acting, who have worked in all these artistic fields that have ended up doing one thing or another regarding teaching later on, because and I know it's corny to say, but there was always that phrase, those who can do, those who can't teach. And that's kind of like a BS phrase, really, because all you're pretty much doing is you're taking all the skills you've accrued and you're passing it forward to another generation. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
And certainly, when you see the movie and you see how frustrated he is, he still wants to have his music career. He still has to want to have his lineage. And his lineage is now his students. His lineage is now that remarkable opus that he created that, every time award season comes around, you hear it on one show or another.
Yeah.
And then that song he does with his son, beautiful, 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 beautiful boy. It's like, that always kills me every time I hear it.
It's another one I'm going to have to revisit because I don't remember that part. What to say?
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Oh,
it's good.
Richard Dreyfuss would be rolling in his career, which is dead, but still.
I still like "Let It Ride" from him. That's the best one, but that's just me. All right, anybody else want to chime in on Mr. Holland's opus, or shall we move on over to Rue?
Good movie, good pick.
Yeah.
I'm no love from Christina.
I've never seen the movie, but I'm with you that teachers are amazing, and I'm going to just piggyback off of you and extend that we should be paid way more because we are influencing the future.
I agree.
And, we are responsible for the future of the world, and we do not get enough love, appreciation, or money. Thank you for coming to
I did not realize this was going to get political.
It's not political. It's facts. That's facts. That's factual.
Yeah, come on.
That's factual.
I know. True.
All right, Rue, your fourth round.
Well, just quickly before we go to Rue, I just need to quickly say something. I'm sorry, Rich Dreyfuss' best film is Mr. Holland's Open and not Jaws. Miss Gubbins.
Let's go, Let It Ride.
Well, I mean,
I was like, Let It Ride is his best film, not
he
even.
dies in the other. So.
Just saying.
Everyone's entitled to your own opinion, but your opinion's wrong.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's right in my world. Anyway, Rue, your turn. Yes,
I'm gonna just take this and go all the way left. Kids can be assholes.
No, don't do it.
So there is I made mention to a Michael Jordan meme earlier, and you might not be thinking of the right meme. I'm not gonna mention the meme because I only go so far in making sure I don't get fired. But look up a Michael Jordan meme that has to do with children, and you know what I'm talking about. And this man is the epitome of that meme. And you barely see him teach because he basically does what every single teacher does on a Friday afternoon at 4:16. I don't know you. It is Friday on the weekend. Do not talk to me. Still from the hangover. He is every teacher's animal. Michael Jordan meme. Go look it up. I want to say it, but I can't.
Wait, did they actually show him teaching in the classroom?
They show him collecting money in the classroom
They show him
for a field trip.
and then running out of there.
And then
yeah.
No, this didn't even come to mind. It is such I don't want to call it a deep cut pick because it's not really a deep cut pick, but it just unexpected and in the best way. I love this pick.
I thank her in that room. She brought that up immediately because she feels the same way because she is also a teacher. Michael Jordan meme.
I feel like I need to Google this.
Yep.
The Michael Jordan theme is what we all think. Fuck them kids.
Yep.
I'll say it. I'm okay not getting another job.
God, I'm so mad that I didn't even think about this.
Yeah, that is literally the dream of every teacher. Especially if you live in a local area. Because there was one quick story time with Tony. There was once I was in a supermarket and the little kid came up to me, and it was just like, I had taught, and it was just like, "It's Saturday. I'm not working, but your parents aren't around, so I guess I have to take care of you now. Where the hell are your parents?" 20 minutes I had to look after them, and it was just like, I got stopped by a security guard saying, "Is this your child?" I was like, "No. Please take them away. I was looking for their parents."
Yeah, I tell my students if they see me in real life, don't feel obligated to say hello. We both know it's weird.
That's so heartfelt.
They're 12. They literally act like they've never seen me before. So it's so uncomfortable when I'm like, hey, bud, how's it going? And they're like, stranger danger. Like, no, you know me. We've spent 180 days together. It's fine. Like, you can say hello. Nope. So I just tell them, don't worry about it. I won't be offended. But yeah, no, I feel that. Like, it's 2:30, click, off, check your email in the AM. I don't know you.
Yeah.
Rue, the way you were going, I thought you were going to pick John Kimball from Kindergarten Cop. But
You can't be giving people ideas, Payson.
Got one more round to go.
I am so sorry.
It's all right. No, we
It's
still got
fine. I'll
Yeah,
explain.
remember, these lists are never set in stone. They are open for interpretation.
That is an excellent point. Yep.
No, don't worry about it. Don't trip about it. All good. But yeah. Over to Christina to close out round 4.
Okay. So, Kindergarten Cop. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not picking that. I found, I don't know if she was technically a math teacher. She might have been science, but I'm going to go with it. Okay? Because I'm determined to get as many people that are in the STEM universe as possible on my team. Played by my queen, my love, my obsession, Laura Dern. I love this woman. She can do no wrong. She is phenomenal. And this movie is great.
Facts.
The movie is great. The book is better. And I love building rockets. I don't, but I'm saying kids love building rockets. And Homer Hickam built rockets because he was inspired by his teacher, Miss Riley, in October Sky.
Wow.
I dug deep for this one. I Googled this shit.
You really did. You dug deep but shot for the stars.
That's a great choice.
Love this movie. I love it. I love his wanting to, leave his small town. I love that he's literally dreaming big and reaching for the stars. I love that the way it was is that he didn't actually know the math yet to track everything. So he taught himself calculus, which is so freaking hard to do. And his teacher was the one that helped him because he couldn't figure out the trajectories and you have to do everything on a curve. And I miss teaching math that matters because I'm just teaching fractions right now and like, they don't get it. But like, it says to see a student to have that kind of motivation and perseverance to keep advancing their own mind and, to really see your kid succeeding in something. And, when he gets to go to what is it called? He goes to like that science fair and he meets his hero and, she's the one he wants to tell about it because all she does is believe in him. And then she like is sick and dying and like she sees the rocket from her hospital bed. I mean, come on. That is writing, people. That is writing.
I have to admit, I have not seen this movie.
Neither have I.
No.
It's really
I have seen this. I forgot about this movie. Oh my God. The one you just brought it up.
You are welcome, everyone. You are welcome. Go rewatch it or watch it for the first time if you have not. It's excellent.
It is available in the States on Fubo and Showtime for streaming.
And once again, if we were doing top 10, if we were doing movie dads, Chris Cooper would be on that list. That is a lie, but yeah.
I was going to say, he was a terrible father. I mean, I believe he loved his children. I do. He just like wasn't very polite to them.
I feel like someone prominent directed that movie and Jay's probably judging me.
Johnson.
Yeah, he has your last name, Payson.
Who?
It's your father, Joe.
Yeah, it's your father, Joe.
Oh, Joe Johnson, yep.
All right, cool.
Wait, that's not my last name.
Christina closes out round 4 with October Sky. Tony, recap, even though I just said it.
Absolutely. I'm not stalling for time. Okay, Peggy, you went first this round. You went Pretty Shoot from Summer School. Payson went next with Father Leviovich from Lady Bird. Ryan went from Mr. Holland from Mr. Holland's Opens. Amaru went from Phil, not Bill. I 100% knew that off the top of my head. I didn't have to be told. From The Hangover. And Christina went Miss Riley from October Sky.
All right, we've reached our 5th and final round. This is where you pick the teacher that completes your team. Either it rounds it out or it's the one that you like the most. Whatever's in your heart, I say you pick that one. Christina, you are up.
All right. I have not watched this movie. I think I saw this movie in theaters, and that was the last time I saw it. But I love me some Denzel. I love him. I love Denzel Washington so effing much. I mean, as much as I love Chris Evans, but that's for other reasons. I love Denzel. Like, I will watch any movie just because Denzel is in it. I don't even care if it's trash. And this movie not only has Denzel Washington in it, it also has Forrest Whitaker in it, I believe.
It does.
It does.
It does.
And this movie is The Great Debaters. And I just thought this was a very cool concept because it was like, how are we going to make Debate Team like a fun watch? Like, that's not a good time. Like, all these people just want to research. And again, I haven't seen the movie in a really long time, but I just saw it on the list of teachers, and I was like, I loved this movie, and I love Denzel, so I got to put him on my list. But again, to see kids want to research and want to be a part of this and want to be the best they can, and obviously, this is taking place in 1935. So add, just obviously the issues that would be in the country at that time on top of it. Forming the school's first debate team and then go on and challenge Harvard for the national championship is a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah. Denzel directed this one too, didn't he?
He did.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I have sadly not seen it.
So good.
I leave it to the rest of the panel to discuss.
I have seen it. Denzel Washington is in it. Forrest Whitaker is in it. And very ironically and funny, Denzel Whitaker is in it, who has no relation to either of them.
That's amazing.
However,
Amazing.
I literally I had the Great Debaters Wikipedia up. I picked on his name thinking, oh shit, he's Forrest Whitaker's son. No, he's not his son, but he was actually named after Denzel Washington. That's why he's
That's cool. Full circle moment for that kid.
Yes. I mean, any black child named Denzel from like 1985 on was named after Denzel Washington.
They knew what they were doing.
Yeah, probably. I'd say that's a pretty fair bet.
I've seen this movie. Good movie. This teacher was one that did cross my mind. I wanted to put Coach Herman Boone from Remember the Titans, but I don't think he actually teaches a class in that movie, so I did not. But yeah, it's one of those movies that I think is made by a great performance, and that is from Denzel Washington. But good pick.
Sweet.
A lot of respect.
Never saw it, but respect any Denzel-ness.
All right, so Christina's team is full up. Rue, what are you picking for your fifth and final pick?
So this is the first fantasy film fights that I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do because all of my picks are gone. But I had like 4 different backups here. And Christina helped me out by picking Denzel's character because that one is gone now. I have one that if it was like the 90s, she would be a solid pick. But I will go into reasons later why I won't pick her. And then the other two, one other one, cool, but no. So I'm between 2 repeats. And you know what? I wouldn't be me if I didn't repeat Harry Potter. So I'm going back to it. I'm going with the best professor in the history of Hogwarts ever. Period. Point blank. Because not only do you need to inspire students, but you also need to make them fear you just a bit. But you're a great teacher because you're around. Because you're there year after year after year. And if you can inspire and make them fear you year after year with just your voice, nobody does teaching like Professor McGonagall. McGonagall is the best teacher in that building to ever walk it. And if we get a future series, she will become the best headmistress to ever walk those halls. Dame Maggie Smith is amazing in absolutely everything. I love Downton Abbey because of her. The movie is amazing because of her. And she is brilliant. And McGonagall is brilliant. Double Harry going. Yeah. I got Professor McGonagall. Minerva.
So basically, you've got Maggie Smith in 3 out of 5 because Sister Act 2 as well.
Yes.
Yep.
Nice. I mean, she's not Sister Mary Clarence in that one, but still, I'm just saying movies with her in it.
Rue, do you remember when I told you I had one Harry Potter professor as a placeholder? McGonagall was the one. And you are 100% right. She is absolutely the best professor. Not my favorite character, but she is the best teacher at that school. Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, like McGonagall 100% is the best teacher in the Harry Potter franchise. Just everything about it, like, and also Maggie Smith low key has the best performance in the entire film. I know Alan Rickman gets it because he has the most to do, which is like, if Maggie Smith did a shit performance, that movie would flop because it would just be that you'll be there just like, okay, everyone's doing great, and then the side character that's quite important just is shit. What are we doing here?
I suppose, but all right.
I just like Snape, but yeah, McGonagall's good.
I'm with you, Ryan. Yeah, I do think Snape is a really good character.
Yeah, as far as actual like teaching prowess, I suppose McGonagall would be better.
Snape's a terrible character. He's just a whiny emo kid.
But that's like him.
Stalker.
Look, not all teachers have to necessarily teach in the classroom. Some teach in the shadows, on the side, when you need it.
As a stalker, but okay.
Yeah. Look, you go with your strengths, all right?
I can't confirm that, but yes.
All right. Rue's squad is complete. Ryan, time to complete yours. What you got?
Oh, I have I have like the people that I'd want to pick. That they're highly classified professional teachers in these movies, but this will probably be the one that loses it for me if I haven't lost it already. But I've got to go with the one teacher that just really sticks out in my head from when I was young, back in the 90s. I always wish I had a teacher like her, because if she could even help a dumbass like Billy Madison, that would be amazing. And that would be Veronica Vaughn, played by Bridget Wilson.
She's still married to Pete Sampras?
From what I can tell, yes. That's what, but in the movie, she was just Wilson. She didn't have Sampras yet.
Gotcha. But yeah, the field trip with Chris Farley, that part, Veronica Vaughn is one piece of pig.
Yeah, okay, let's not skirt the issue around here. I mean, all of us at one point or another, when we were in school, we had the one teacher that was the hot teacher. I mean, not only were they good at their job, but they were the one teacher that was like, maybe as we were developing with, little fantasies here and there. How can you not think Miss Vaughn is that, upper echelon of hot teacher?
Guess that's fair.
I had a substitute.
And don't anybody deny it. Everybody had that one teacher. Everybody.
I had a substitute teacher in elementary school who was a Chicago Bulls cheerleader. So,
oh, there you go.
Yeah, that might help.
And Christina was just like, covering her head on that one. It was like,
well, as someone that used to be hot, it's very.
Oh, don't say that, Christina.
I'm in a pandemic, bro. This doesn't count. But in my youth, in my early 20s, it was very uncomfortable to teach middle schoolers.
Yes, but imagine how much attention you garnered from them. They probably focused more on everything you said, more so than others.
Well,
I'm going to reflect that, Ryan.
I'm gonna say something controversial here. Billy Madison fucking sucks. It's the worst Adam Sandler film by a country mile, and I also include Jack and Jill. I hate Billy Madison.
He got
better. I like Jack and Jill and Pixel more than I do Billy Madison.
Oh my gosh! What?
Now, no. Now we got
Have a good night, guys.
I will bring this back. I haven't seen Billy Madison in a long time, but I watched Mortal Kombat from 1995 yesterday, and it's still Bridget Wilson is still great in that. It's so corny, but that brought it back up. So yay!
Just
what?
There's just something about Billy Madison. I just don't find the humor funny. I think I didn't watch it as a kid. I only watched it recently, like the last 2 years. So I just came out and just like, and I guess I just had teacher brain on, just all the way through, just like, holy shit, this is terrible. This is terrible. This is like the worst. It's like the dodgeball scene in particular, of just like, I don't see that as humor. I just go, yeah, I see that as just going like, you're just abusing children here. How is this funny?
I
thought that was funny. Prime and its time, it worked. Don't forget, this is the movie that helped make sure Adam Sandler got other movies.
Yeah, I understand it's important, but it sucks. I'm Happy Gilmore is a much better film.
Stop looking
Okay,
at
yeah,
this one.
But
You to say that it's worse than Jack and Jill?
that's the
Yeah,
thing.
that's
You.
That's my boy. Or I grown up.
Power of the Zohan.
That's a bridge too far.
I don't know if you know this about British
Zohan.
people. We low key love people in drag.
Okay.
But if for whatever reason, drag artists in this country just you go a step beyond. Like Mrs. Brown's Boys, the biggest TV show in the UK, is about an Irish man who dresses up.
John Waters.
Okay, but here's the thing.
It's just like
That drag was not drag. That drag was drag me across a bed of nails and gouge out my eyes. All right? That was not good drag.
All right. So
Okay, first off, Monty Python is one of the funniest movies of all time. Shut the fuck up, Jay. But yeah. I know what I'm referring to.
Yo, everyone better vote for Payson because he's killing it right now. And telling Jay to shut up sealed the deal.
I love you.
well,
yeah,
let's see if we can actually seal the deal. Payson, you're up. Fifth and final pick.
But I'm going to. All right. Let's talk about Master Roshi from Dragon Ball Evolution. So the reason why I love, I'm kidding. I'm so kidding. Okay. So if Dewey Finn being on this list was a little bit of a stretch, this one's kind of probably gonna be even more of a stretch because I think there's maybe like one throwaway scene where you see that this person is a teacher. But I really wanted to include her because she is a mom, and as a son of a teacher, I really love this character. And with who this character is, I just have 6 words to tell you. Okay, yeah, 6 words. Rock stars have kidnapped my son.
Oh, nice!
As Elaine Miller in easily my favorite movie on this list, Almost Famous. All right.
Still haven't watched
I'm so pissed I didn't think about her.
Okay. And I understand because that is the only scene where you see her in a classroom, but she is a teacher and she counts.
Yeah, and she's
She is such a great mom to William, and like the worried tendencies she has towards him and like what he does.
Don't
like,
do drugs.
Yeah, I see my mom when I watch Almost Famous in that character. In that character, Frances McDormand might be my favorite working actress working today. I love this movie so much that character is so nice. When William comes back and he essentially learns that, hey, you know, Russell is kind of a dick and people in bands are kind of a piece of shit. And she was like, yeah. It happens, but you had to learn. You had to get out there and experience that for yourself. Obviously, I don't know her teaching skills. I think she's a great mom. I think she's a great character. I love Almost Famous so much. I know it's a slight cheat, but I'm picking Elaine from Almost Famous.
Oh, I can't believe I didn't think about this. I'm so mad at myself, but it's such a solid last pick.
Definitely
Be
is.
bold and mighty forces will come to your aid. You know, so, then you were bold in that pick. God damn it. Oh, I'm so pissed.
She's definitely a legit teacher.
Stop it.
And I had not seen Almost Famous until last year. I finally saw it, and it is a great movie. Great film. I'd seen clips, and then thank you, Full Metal, for making me watch it for round 3 because I need a lot of classic movies that I haven't seen until I had to do that. So that's one of them. Great pick. Great film.
I promise I will get around to watching it one
Oh,
day.
thank Christ. I'm not the only one.
Ugh.
Oh, I think I've only seen parts of it. I was going to try and watch it for my 2000s pick for the list, but it was just so long and I'm tired.
Okay.
Hours.
So I have the director's cut, which, yes, this is so long. The original cut is only like a little over 2 hours, if that helps. If that's still too long, then be that what you will, but yes.
Yeah,
I do appreciate that you keep holding it up like you're selling it. Yeah, I'm obsessed with you. That's like pretty much where we are right now. I've been texting Aaron this whole time saying that about it. Like, we're going to kick Aaron out just to like have more of you in the faction.
Aw,
Sounds good.
Yeah.
love you, Aaron. I'm so sorry.
Don't be sorry.
Thanks, Aaron.
Yeah, you're coming on the podcast, just so you know.
Ooh, I would love to do that.
Yeah, we'll pick a week.
Sweet.
All right. And Peggy looks hard in frustration at her list, trying to think of the final
Yeah.
one. As I now give more pressure as I say the final pick of the round, of the show, it goes to
Okay.
her.
Do I go with the random one or do I go with the more obvious one that I don't know?
Random.
Yeah, I guess I'll go with random. This is a movie another movie I have not seen in years, but I remember I watched it a few times when it was like playing on HBO back in the day. This teacher doesn't teach in a classroom so much as he teaches at his own house because he is tutoring a boy who's trying to get into a boarding school.
Okay.
And he happens to have a deformed face, and so he like stays at his house, so the kid has to come over there and learn and teaches him more than just schooling. I am going with Justin McLeod, played by Mel Gibson, and The Man Without a Face. If you guys have ever seen that one.
Yeah.
I thought you were going somewhere else with this, but okay.
Yeah, I did too.
But
It
yeah,
was
I'm
weird
really,
seeing Mel Gibson as like caring and sympathetic.
yeah. But I mean, fair. But I remember enjoying it so much as a kid, and like the backstory with the kid and his mom and the older sister being a bitch and to him and everything. And I just remember identifying with him for some reason, the kid in that one. So I figured I'd go with that one as opposed to going with, I will mention in honorable mentions, the one that would have been very, very predictable coming from me. So, but yeah, you guys seen this one?
Oh yeah, definitely. I was probably watching it on HBO at my grandma's house, like
probably the same time.
You were, and it was
Yeah.
just,
I know that
it was one of those things where it was just like I remembered Mel Gibson from like all the action movies that were up on late at night that I couldn't watch because I was too young. And then seeing something like that where he's just like all, stoic and, kind of departed, but still wanting to open up. And it showed me like the kind of range that he had before Braveheart could.
Oh.
And so that actually made me respect him as an actor. Mind you, maybe not so much respect now.
Maybe not so much as.
But it's definitely one of those like, movies where he plays against type and it's, it's appreciative.
I'll take that.
Yeah,
Payson, you were saying something?
Yeah, I have not seen this movie. I've heard about it. I've heard about it. I've heard good things. I know it's Mel Gibson's first film as a director.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good, and he has a fairly decent track record as a director, in my opinion. So yeah, I'll take a look at it.
Sure. Tony?
Yeah, this was released in '93, so like you just have it kind of. You know the guy from Lethal Weapon? You know that guy, the funny guy there?
Yeah,
he's
the Mad Max guy,
He's this fun little film that he did. Just like, oh, okay, he's an actual decent actor and director.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen this movie. I thought you were... this is the last pick. Yeah, I thought you were going with Daveed Diggs in Wonder. So,
I didn't even think about that one.
I was thinking Frank Forrester.
Teacher? Daveed Diggs is in Wonder?
I'm pretty sure it's Daveed Diggs who's the
I had
teacher.
no idea. Man, I love him. He's great.
Yep, that was him.
Blind spotting shout out, as always.
But,
Yes.
Got to figure out a way to get it because more people need to see that one. But that brings us to the end of the draft, guys. We got it. We got through it. We're done. Tony.
Woo.
Oh well. First, for people in the chat room, finding away who did we miss? Who did we leave off of our list? As Tony recaps how the teams turned out.
Absolutely. Okay, so Christina went first overall this round. Well, the show, and she went with Miss Norbury from Mean Girls first, Bonnie Stevenson from Gifted second, Catherine Ann Watson from Mona Lisa Smile third, Miss Riley from October Sky, and Melvin B. Tolson from The Great Debaters. Rue went second. He went John Keaton from Dead Poet Society, Sister Mary Clarence from Sister Act 2, Remus Lupin from Harry Potter, Phil from The Hangover, and Professor McGonagall from the Harry Potter franchise. Ryan went third. He went with Jamie Escalante from Stand and Deliver, Jennifer Honey from Matilda, Charles Xavier from X-Men, Mr. Holland from Mr. Holland's Open, and Veronica Vaughn from Billy Madison. Payson, penultimate.
Yes.
He went Dewey Finn from School of Rock, Mr. Bruno from Edge of 17, Maurice Phipps from Higher Learning, Barbara Leviovich from Ladybird, and Elaine Miller from Almost Famous. And then Peggy in the rear, Professor Henry Jones Jr. in Indiana Jones trilogy, Miss Anderson in The Ghost Being a Wallflower, Bill Rago in Renaissance Man, Freddie Shoup in Summer School, and Justin McLeod in The Man Without a Face.
All right, time for you to name off a few of your honorable mentions, guys. name some teachers that just missed out on being on your list. You know what? Let's start with Tony and then work our way around. Tony, what would have been on your list?
Okay, so three that would have been mine. I'll go very British now for the first one. Richard Griffiths is fantastic. So the film that made James Corden a star, especially over here, well, he had a TV show called Gavin and Stacey, but the movie that did it was called The History Boys. It's this really fantastic play that got made into a movie. If you can get it, it's incredible to watch. Richard Griffiths has one of the greatest performances as a teacher. He plays a history teacher called Hector, and it's just like it's the most British thing you could ever watch. It's with Nail and I-esque. It's ultra British, but it's fantastic if you can watch it. Then I've got to go for the early year stuff. Lupita Nyong'o's character, Miss Audrey Caroline in Little Monsters. I keep saying this. I have had this nightmare of being on a field trip with little kids and the zombie apocalypse happening. And she is what you want as an early years teacher. That was like everything about that performance was just like, yeah, I just want to work with you. You're just perfect. And then the last one for me, the person that I think of whenever I'm at work, from Kindergarten Cop, Kimball.
Yeah, Richard or John Kimball. I almost said Richard Kimball. Richard Kimball would be with Harrison Ford.
Who's your daddy and what does he do?
I didn't kill my wife. No, okay. Payson, who are a few of your honorable mentions, and then anything you got to plug, any social media handles that you want to throw out there, do that as well.
So yeah, the ones I didn't pick are characters that I think are great characters that are teachers, but maybe might not be the best teachers. Like I had Herman Bloom, played by Bill Murray in Rushmore. I really love Rushmore. I've always found that as a funny rivalry, how he's competing with one of his students to get with one of the teachers at the school, and at the end of the day, none of them get that. I've always found that really funny. Once again, like you said, Tony, John Kimball in Kindergarten Cop, really, really funny movie. And I will plug this movie whenever I can. You don't really see him teaching too much, but I gotta plug Michael Stuhlbarg as Larry Gopnik in A Serious Man. That movie is a modern day masterpiece, and it is one of the best encapsulations of anxiety and just pessimism in a movie. But I didn't put him on there because you don't really see him teaching, more like just his life falling apart. So yeah.
Gotcha. All right, cool. Then anything you want to plug? You got any matches that are out there?
The only thing I really have to plug right now is if anyone wants to follow me on Twitter, my Twitter handle is @thecinemaster. I believe, yeah, @the_cinemaster. Yeah. So anyone wants
if you do not use that as your nickname going forwards, you miss
I
the trick.
am. Trust me, I am.
Good.
Nice. All right, now, Ryan, and your name is Ryan, not Bill. I'm so sorry I did that earlier. What are a few of your honorable mentions?
Okay. Fuck it. All right.
I don't know where that came from.
Well, personal choices for mine. Sally Kellerman as Dr. Diane Turner in Back to School. You know, teach someone
nice
field. That always
good
helps.
one.
Miss Marquez, played by Jennifer Lopez in Jack.
Oh yeah.
Again, having to deal with a troubled student. Tom Berenger as Mr. James Smith in The Substitute, because
I forgot about
when you gotta deal with some badass kids, you gotta get a little badass yourself. And just to throw out like a classic one, Mr. Mark Thackeray in To Serve with Love.
Okay.
I've never seen the film, but obviously it's very monumental. So it's on the list now. I'm definitely going to be watching it after all the research.
Mr. Poitier.
Poitier is 67.
Yeah, this is Sidney Poitier.
Yeah. All right, cool. And then anything you want to plug?
Just all the regular handles, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, which I've been spending most of my time on, and I've really gotten sucked into a hole there. But you can find me everywhere you want to at Real or Deal. And of course, to take from Payson here, it's REELORDEAL.
Nice.
Anything else, and you're looking at fishing people. That's all.
Good to know. All right, Rue, over to you. What are a few that missed out being on your squad?
Jay mentioned in the chat a backup was definitely Miss Fine from Booksmart. She's really dope in that. Jim Morris from The Rookie. Give me a coach who's actually a teacher.
Yeah.
Love that film.
Yep.
My other repeat would have been another Robin Williams, which probably is technically the better pick, but I could not pick McGonagall. Sean McGuire in Good Will Hunting.
Technically, wasn't a teacher though.
No, he teaches. He teaches.
He was a psychologist. He wasn't the teacher.
They show him in the classroom. Remember?
Yeah, he's a teacher at the university.
And a psychologist.
Teaching. Yeah. He teaches psychology. That is a good fuck.
Yeah. But I wanted Keating instead of him. Though both of them are amazing.
Trust his life.
Yeah. And then if it was 20 years ago and it was the 90s, she would have been my first pick. But the whole white savior thing sometimes gets really old.
Oh yeah.
Luann Johnson in Dangerous Minds. Movie is still great. Michelle Pfeiffer is amazing in all she does. Bob Dylan Thomas to get to them to go to the theme park. I love that film. It's great. But yeah.
Is that the Gangster's Paradise movie?
That is.
Yeah,
That is where Gangster's Paradise comes from. And then
plugs.
Yeah, y'all know where to find me on reviews and stuff. If you haven't heard about it, Bite Size Breakdown. It's really good crew of writers that you seen Nick on FPTL a couple weeks ago. He's the guy who created it. We do reviews in 100 words or less. We might be coming out with a YouTube channel in the future that will kind of go along with it. We do a bunch of things. It's great. And then also there's this like little thing I have next week. It's a match. It's a trivia match next Wednesday.
Nobody cares about that.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
what league is that? What trivia league are you competing in? Amaru?
It's called the Shemaoi Down. Something like that.
Oh.
Something like that.
Oh, so it's an overseas thing. Okay, fine.
Yeah. Next Wednesday.
Yeah. Nobody's ever heard
It's
of that.
Swedish. It's a lot of questions on Ingmar Bergman.
Yeah.
And then, last but certainly never least, the lovely Christina. A few of your honorable mentions.
I mean, J-Lo not only taught in Jack, but she also taught in this horrible movie called The Boy Next Door. But she looks banging in that movie, and the sex scene is pretty fire. So I at least recommend that part. The teacher from Wonder. I don't remember how much of a role he actually plays in the movie, but he's super cute. Yeah, he's super cute in the book. And he's just like, I love it. I love his little sayings. And it's like if you have the book, which I do because I teach children, all of his little sayings for the month are all there. And they're just like super cute words to live by. Again, I didn't do the Hillary Swank Freedom Writers because again, the white savior thing gets played out. But I will say that if we go in the general overview of kids do just want to learn and be successful, and it's regardless of their circumstances. And if you give them the opportunity to rise to the occasion, most likely they will, and they will overcome those things if you are caring enough to give them the opportunity. So I will say that would be the overwhelming theme minus what that movie was implying. So yeah, I'll go with that.
And then plugs.
I have a match in the same Swedish league that Rue is in. And that'll be March 25th, which I think is a Thursday. I don't really know. I won't be watching it because the idea of watching myself sounds horrific. But everybody else, you can check it out. It was super fun. So yeah, and I have to keep the secret until then, which is killing me slowly inside. So
man, those Swedes, they're doing a lot.
Yeah, the Swedish people, they're cray.
They're more than just meatball people. Yeah.
I'll do this to save you from getting a message from Aaron. Digestion Cinema with Aaron and Christina out of the week on Monday.
I didn't really feel playing that. He's so annoying about it.
Yeah, he'll be annoying to us. This week, you guys did The Thin Man along with Andrew James Barr. Really fantastic episode. Go find it on all good and bad podcast feeds everywhere.
Tony, could I plug just something real quick? I completely forgot about something.
No, how dare you? Good day, sir.
Tell me.
First time on the show.
If anyone is still watching, I know a lot of you guys. I'm Facebook friends with a lot of you guys. I got the honor to be in a play over Zoom for my college. It's called Light Switch. I can totally share the page on my the link to essentially watch the play. It goes up this weekend. So if you guys aren't really doing anything, I'd love it if you guys could watch. If you can't, totally cool. But I'll share the information on my Facebook page. Thank you guys so much.
Sweet. Cool.
I'm obsessed with Payson. So just starting. And I say this as a happily married woman.
Oh, that's cool.
Chris Evans, Payson, Anthony.
Pretty much. Yes. Chris Evans.
The same phrase every time Chris Evans comes up. So I mean, take that for what you will.
All right, let me sneak a few of my honorable mentions in here. The one I almost picked for my 5th round pick was William Forster, Sean Connery in Finding Forrester. That was just be like very predictable coming from me. Mr. Griffith, played by Thomas Hayden Church in Easy A, mentioned by Jay in the chat earlier. Let's see, Sherman Klump, Eddie Murphy, Nutty Professor was on my list.
Oh wow.
Mr. Hall, Miss Geist from Clueless were on there, and Mr. Coulson from Never Been Kissed. And that's pretty
not
much
a good teacher.
Yeah, no.
The one from 10 Things I Hate About You is great because he gives 0 Fs. That guy, I love him.
That's right, the English teacher. Didn't even think about him, and I'm pissed now. But yeah, just to name a few. Are there a few that got thrown out in the chat, Tony?
Yeah, absolutely. A few got mentioned a couple of times. Mr. Hand from Fast Time at Ridgemont High.
Oh yeah.
Martin, teacher. Yeah.
Martin Starr, aka Adam Collins, in Spider-Man: Homecoming, Far From Home, Home Sweet Home, whatever they actually called it. I forgot what they called it. But it got announced today.
No Way Home.
No Way Home. Yes.
No Way Home.
No Way Home.
Can't go home. Yeah, no Way Home.
Stoolbug, Call Me by Your Name. What's His Bucket? J.K. Simmons playing Whiplash. Probably not your greatest teacher.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah,
teacher for Child Booth.
Teachers in general, or are we supposed to be picking good ones?
Once again, great character, iffy teacher.
The medulla oblongata.
Yeah.
Oh God. Colonel Sanders, damn it.
Something's wrong with his.
A better Adam Sandler film than Billy Madison.
Oh my God, Tony, you are so lucky you're in another country.
All right, so yeah, those were my honorable mentions, and then you can find me at Peggy B-Ball across all social media platforms. And I just had to check what the schedule is for next week because I forgot what the topic is, but it is the 3rd in a movie series. Has to be the 3rd one, not the 2nd, not the 4th, not the 1st, not the 5th. It has to be the 3rd.
That's
in
interesting.
some sort of series.
So the Indiana Jones trilogy will work, yes.
Yes, it will definitely work. So for myself, for Christina, Rue, Ryan, Payson, and Tony, we'll see you next week. Have a good week, guys.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and please don't forget to vote.
That was
Awesome.
I thought it raked.
Who's winning?
Let's see who wins.
You're gonna win.
nothing personal. It's really gonna matter.
Tune in next week.
You see what happens?
It's brand new.
Episode?
A fantasy film.
Fight. Doesn't matter who wins, because they're all losers.